Another dream. Dream of some kind of robot, it seems like. Some sort of gelatinous looking robot. Honestly, just makes me want to just take a spoon and just get... Oh man, that looks delicious. It looks like a little cherries buried in there. Just makes me want some Jell-O. Seems we've come up to the end of all of the sunshine that we've been seeing up to this point. It's clear that this is a bit of a sequence break because this door is a maximum level symbol requirement. Even as Monk, who is supposed to have lower requirements than most other characters. Maybe a bit ominous. Already we're coming up to structures that looks quite a bit older. Not much life around here. Very, very quiet. Just this guy to ruin everybody's day. Gonna see if I could jump over him. Guess we're gonna be on the run. Welcome to the shaded Citadel. Monk's playthrough of the Shaded Citadel is unlike any of the other characters. The little yellow friend actually shows his true powers here. And unlike with the rest, he will illuminate the way for us. Granted, it's not perfect. I am seeing quite a few things down there that I really don't want to interact with. And this will be the case for the Shaded Citadel. These little, like, spider-like enemies are not just ambiently part of the background. Get enough of them together, it's going to be more permanent lights out. Thankfully, the Karma Flower makes me feel a little bit better. Reinforces our maximum symbol. So that way if we die, we won't go down a symbol. We won't be forced to farm, essentially, to get to a higher symbol to get back into the area we're currently in. Yeah, this region can be extremely creepy at times. Feels like we're just going through like a half cave, half like just destroyed remains of a structure. Interesting prospects. What I'm holding in my hands right now, in fact, I may even want another one. What I'm holding is a flashbang. If I throw it, there will be a bright flash of light. Just a heads up, in case you can't handle those sorts of things. There could be one coming at any moment in the next minute or so. The flashbangs are the one weakness of the coalescipedes, which are those little spider-like guys. And I don't want to have to use it, but we will use it. If progression calls for it, and it looks like it just might. Before taking any risks, let's do the intelligent thing here and take the time to shelter. And just seeing Monk with those little two explosive, like, balls of light just staring into the screen. Deadpan face. Something about that spoke to me, I think. I see no movement down here. It's extremely hard to see, by the way. You're not meant to be able to see anything here, but shoutouts to my little friend down there. Okay, supposedly there is a threat over there. Again, it can be a little bit scary navigating these tunnels in the dark. I have a feeling I'm going to have to use this flashbang soon. The ambience in this region is made to creep you out even more. It's so fantastic. Alright, we're gonna have to use a flashbang in this room. And that will kill coalescipedes. They can't stand that much light. They're afraid of light in general. We're gonna have to navigate this room in the dark. very tricky platform here. I mean, not the trickiest, but... some well-spaced long jumps there. Ugh. Oh, there he is. Okay. We got that fool dead in his tracks, though. I'd rather not have to fight anything. Couple more flashbangs. Honestly, don't mind if I do. Damn, that's horrifying. Down. Let's head down. Seemingly no other way but down. Or to the left here. Seeing some fresh flowing water is almost a little bit of a refresher here. I was starting to feel claustrophobic. Could my brother really have made it all this way on his own? Hello, friend. Yes. Use a little bit more food. Use a little morning snack here. Or like a late lunch at this point. What is time? What is time? Being down in my final flashbang makes me a little nervous. I think it'll work out. I'd like to check out this right side. Pure darkness. Oh, that's not a good sign. Black lizards. You can't see them. Perhaps they can't see you. But they will hear you. They will smell you. In places where you can't do the same to them. I'm gonna take a moment. All right, we return. going to try down. The yellow friend is telling me otherwise, but something tells me I just want to go down. Gonna take a moment to readjust here. Your boy comes packed with back pain and wrist pain and all types of different types of chronic pain, so just bear with me a little bit. Sometimes I just gotta take a moment to stretch and readjust and things like that. Alright, not loving what I'm seeing here. We're gonna have no choice but to fight. Fighting those guys is so scary. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's barely enough hit stun. There's a lot of them down here, man. So these makeshift flowers can be used as spears. They're also edible, believe it or not. So, yeah, they kind of serve multiple purposes. A very neat little addition to the world. Sometimes you need some food, sometimes you need a spear. Unfortunately, though, it's only a one-time use spear, after which it really loses its effectiveness. Sometimes I get a little bit of deja vu coming through these areas. I don't know why. Honestly, had to do it. I didn't want to take any risks. I saw a bunch of those guys clumped together. Unfortunately, that's my final flashbang. We're gonna have to get this right. And I'm kind of scared because I'm seeing more of them. How are we gonna get around this guy? Okay, the light just kind of scares him off. I'm gonna take that advantage, and I'm gonna run with it. Flash of light, and that's all you get. That's all the game tells you. What does it actually mean? It's essentially a clue. Clue to come back later. And the game will tell you when that time is. We'll just have to find it for ourselves. Man, these... It's almost like the more wide open rooms are almost scarier. Because you really can't see anything except the faintest outline here. Or maybe it's just because the little friend is so far on the other side of the room. A bit freaky for sure. Okay, normally this room is very scary, but I've already kind of massacred every single last one of those guys with a single item throw. It does feel good. Seeing a dream sequence, like... Seeing his dream sequence come up in this place. Huge breath of fresh air. Oh. That's wholesome. I mean, we do miss that family. I feel like Monk has to be the one on the right there, like that tiny little one. The Wanderer. We'll see if we end up achieving the Wanderer. It's kind of a bit difficult to get. As you can imagine, you have to visit quite a lot of regions in the game. In fact, you have to visit all of them. And that can be pretty time-consuming. But it is fun to go for all of the passages. I still have yet to do it myself, to do a run where I get all of them. So we've encountered an echo. An echo is essentially a being from long, long, long before this time. Why does he do that? Why does he have special floating powers and stuff? The long answer is, we'll see. The shorter answer is... Well, the short answer is, we'll see. But essentially, he swam through a bunch of yellow goop and just kind of drowned himself in it, and now he can fly and do all that kind of cool stuff. It would have been nice to talk to him, but... Oh, yikes. Could have been bad. Not good. Not the time I needed that arm to come into play here. Yeah, I really don't dig fighting these guys. Which, by the way, shows how Monk's playthrough, despite being the easy mode, can sometimes be a little bit trickier. Because there are going to be points when we have to engage in combat in some way or another. And we're just straight up not going to be as efficient at it. Which is fine. It's part of game design. And this character's just not meant for that kind of thing. Please, kill him. Okay, not working. I feel like I need a real spear for these guys. That'll do it. Swim faster, you fool. Monk not really known for his swimming. In fact, he has the shortest breath capacity of most characters, I would say. It's certainly not the most dramatic breath capacity, I'll say that. That's all I'll say about that. Gonna need my spear back. Although the lily pucks, those flowers as they're called, are pretty good as makeshift one-time spears, they cannot be put into walls, which is a little bit of a bummer. Because I feel like a little glowy wall platform is very in tune with this game. Okay, so if I can just... Yeah, don't know why that didn't work the first time. Sometimes the walls can be a little bit finicky with implanting spears. You have to be standing in, like, the right spot. And sometimes it feels a little bit inconsistent where that actually is. Definitely gonna take this chance to shelter. I don't want to have to go through that kelp section again. We've taken this dark path, but where does it lead us? In a sense, I get the feeling that our brother, the survivor, went this way. But for how long? What did he make it to? Let's see. Could use a spear right here to get back up. Nice. Welcome to the memory crypts. The long road out of the shaded citadel. In the deepest, darkest depths. Oh yes, you're seeing that correctly. This isn't just an empty expanse of lifelessness. There is one native to the memory crypts. And trust me, if you don't find him terrifying, you will certainly find him deadly, so I would say we're gonna stay out of his way. Thankfully, you can hear them coming a lot of the time, but you may not be always in a position to get out of their way. Enter the mechanical chickens. Yeah, very unholy being. I'm just gonna try and sneak by him. He's weak to flashbangs, as you guessed it. Albeit, it's not necessarily gonna do what it did to those little spiders. He just kind of will shake it off after a few seconds. You're not gonna see him burst into flames or anything, although I wish that would happen. They are fast. And that's just their ambient walking speed, but as soon as they see you, they charge you. Yeah, and it is... They are relentless. There's just a background loop of rain and thunder sounds and that kind of thing. It's actually part of the game's soundtrack, like the hidden soundtrack. It's a very peaceful loop to listen to on its own. I think the way it's applied here is perfect. Made it most of the way there. You can see just how much the plant life has overtaken whatever this place once was. This must be one of the oldest, most decayed places of this world. One of the most decayed places of infrastructure from the old times. Oh. Okay. Yeah, this is not any kind of rally that I need involvement in. God, those guys are freaks. Kinda want to get up there. I don't know how we would. Thing is that... Yes, indeed. I guess that must be the point where he turns around. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with my point because I was scared to hell by the Miro Spurler, by the mechanical chicken, rather. Yeah, certain bonuses can pretty much only be reached by certain characters, or at least under very specific conditions. Just what have we found here? Brand new region at the end of the memory crypts. For some reason I was expecting to see a nice, bright, sunny beach on the other side, but I don't think that's quite what we're gonna find. But the deep black tones have now migrated a bit to a sort of dull brown, rust-like color as we've come away from the shaded Citadel. The leg. What kind of twisted place is this? There's only gonna be one way to find out. There's only one place that has the answers. So what kind of a monstrosity we've reached here? Of course, it's going to be at the very top. Now, if Monk could just look up, like straight up, he could tell us what he sees up there. Unfortunately, we don't speak the same language as Monk. So we're just gonna have to suck it up. And we're probably gonna end up having to climb this entire thing. At this point, I don't even know if I'm doing this so much to find my brother as I am just to survive out here. Sense something. The exterior of this structure is pretty much a hellish landscape. The green lightning feels anything but natural. But it's interesting how it's backed by the sounds of thunder and such. It's such a harsh mix of mechanical and nature. What do we have here? What we're seeing is a grapple worm, one of the most fun creatures to play around with in the whole game. Also a little bit tricky to learn how to use it first, I'll say that. And he is stuck in a vent down there. Okay, I'm just gonna let him lick at it. Yeah, they do that, I guess. I guess if you're a worm, what do you do, right? I'd probably be doing that too if I was a worm. I'd probably just be licking things. I want to take a shortcut here, but I don't think we'll have the momentum for it. Nice. Yeah, with a grapple worm, we'll be able to make jumps that there's absolutely no chance that we would ever be able to clear otherwise. Very fun to build up speed with and see how fast you can get through some of these areas. I'll take this opportunity to shelter. Something about this shelter seems so fancy to me. We're in the epitome of a robotic hell, and yet I'm pretty happy to see these bright blue-green flowers down here. Very good taste by the ancients. Okay, I'm horrified. I am very scared of octopi. Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead, do your thing. Just go about your way. You're asking yourself, why? Why is there an octopus there? I am also asking myself these questions. Nice. That was the best way I could have hoped for that one to work out, actually. Back to the outside of the leg. Ah, the flashbang was not what I was looking for there. Good reaction, wrong item. Good news, we're right next to the fancy shelter. The sort of bad news is we're gonna have to evade the octopus again. I'm really not too excited about this. And you can hear him squirming around up there. I mean, he's like... he is truly quite a beast. Alright, enter the daddy longlegs. He may not be able to see you. He can hear you, and trust me, he can feel you. He is quite a feeler. Yeah, he is good at it, and this is really not a good situation. Don't have much in the way of distractions here. I can try for a swing off that top platform. Of course, if I miss, I land right into this guy's happy arms. So, you know, I guess we gotta go for it, right? That's why it's fun being a bit more of a risk taker in life. Unfortunately, the other 5 out of 10 times are times I'd rather not discuss. Now, the karma flower here is a brisk reminder that there's gonna be a white lizard. Just chilling, just waiting for a snack. It's gonna be hard to see him. I do see him, though. In the bottom right corner of the screen. Thankfully, we're gonna completely get around him. Now, the leg is home to several white lizards, so you really have to watch out. Even as a monk, you gotta pay some close attention. These guys will take any opportunity to insta-bite you. wanted to use that. Might be able to use the grapple worm for some shenanigans here. It's a bit wonky. Not sure if it's gonna work out. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for another spear. And I already hear another one. Very scary. I could jump. He could be right on the other side of the screen. We have no idea what's going on over there. Okay, so far so good. He's probably up, if I had to guess. Now, thankfully, no matter what character you're playing as, taking on a Daddy Longlegs is a bit of a Herculean task with basic weapons here. So, Monk's inability to effectively combat enemies doesn't really matter. Because you're screwed anyway. So, who cares if you can't fight him? Nobody's fighting that behemoth. Nobody should want to, at least. Guess someone got to that before me. I would love this shelter. Thank you very much. Shelters in the exterior have a cool effect of just being completely surrounded by pure steel machinery. It really emphasizes the scale of this place. You're in this tiny room and all around you is this steel. This is not even a fraction of how large this place actually is. This is just the leg, so. Subregion so large that it connects to other regions. We're gonna check one of those out right now. The yellow guy is pleading with me to go back. He says you are not on the right track, sir. Welcome to the precipice. The word precipice often refers to the steep edge of a extremely high cliffside. but its actual meaning is to be essentially on the brink of something. Usually disastrous. Our only clue as to what happened here comes from this bridge. This bridge just snaps in half. Abruptly. It looks like at one time there were pipes leading to the other side of the bridge as well, but everything has come down. The color scheme of the precipice is one that I really respect, though. Something about these colors blend really well together for me. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm a big fan of red and green, but the sky colors as well. Very nice. There's one other direction we could go in, though, which is down. What could possibly be down here? Below this bridge? That's a bad sound. That's a bit of a scary sound, I would say. Oh, hello. And goodbye. I have a feeling we'll be seeing that guy again. Well, maybe not him. Someone like him. Someone just like him, though, maybe. What do we have here? A pearl. A colored pearl. Well, I can't get rid of the one that we have for Kiwi. But it's nice to know that that's there. I feel like we've gotten a bit sidetracked to this point. There's almost no way that Survivor could have gotten this far. Or at least have willingly gone this far. Seems like he would have gone in a different direction. There's not much here. Going to take the opportunity to shelter. Probably would have had enough time to keep going, but the precipice's gate is actually going to be locked because we've already passed through it in this cycle. This should allow us to get back to the leg. Happy to see that these blue fruits can manage to survive all the way up here. You really do that? No, right? Kind of experimenting with some movement right now. What I'm doing is a slide. You can also jump out of the slide, like that. Kind of takes some specific timing, but it's a much faster way of moving around. If you're really nifty, you can do a slide jump into a roll into another jump, and you can pick up some serious speed that way, but I'm not quite that good at this game. Something I'd like to learn one day is the advanced movement of Rain World. I'm such a sucker for advanced movement tech in video games. I just like to go fast, man. Interesting detail about Monk is that when you pass through a Karma Gate for the first time, it will disable its requirements forever on both sides. So we can now pass through this gate with any Karma level for the rest of the game, so kind of a cool detail. I don't see that there will be too much backtracking going on in the near future, but it is nice to know we have that extra level of insurance. Wonder if it's worth it to shelter again. Might be a while until the next one. I'm just gonna go for it. It is gonna cost us quite a bit of food, but I don't think that's gonna be too much of an issue. We'll just have to find one more, so. I was gripped onto the blue fruit right there. That was actually kind of entertaining. Yeah, there's a little bit of gaining speed with this guy, but I'm kind of scared because on the other side of the screen is definitely an octopus. And he's probably about to start coming over here. He seems a little bit stuck in his ways. I'm just gonna take advantage of his resilience here, or his reluctance, rather. Welcome to the underhang. At the top of the leg, there is a flat surface. So much for looking up, right? Look at that guy go, man. Now, even with a grapple worm, it can be very nerve-wracking to navigate the underhang. There is nothing but bottomless pits. Well, that's not necessarily true. There's more than just bottomless pits. There's quite a few threats as well that come along. Gotta be on the lookout for white lizards at all times. Pretty much a staple throughout the game. There's a few regions that don't have white lizards, but for the most part, you're always gonna be on the lookout for them. Yeah. Case in point. Thankfully, we took that shelter. That would have been a long trek back from the precipice. Man, that guy was in a tough spot, too. I don't know how I'm gonna get around him. Okay, this guy is not bugging out this time, though. That was an excellent swing. Which a lot of the time is just kind of reacting to the arc that you're going at and pressing A at the right time. You kind of have to react on the fly. It's sometimes not necessarily clear where your swing is going to latch onto. I do think the swinging mechanics are extremely good, though. There's certainly more than enough time to react to your sort of arc and stuff. There's a very long hair caught between my hands, and I am trying to get it off, but it's very, very long. Okay, it's gone. Don't know where something like that would come from. Or maybe I do. Damn. He's having none of that. Alright, now let's see where he goes. Please drop me. Yes, okay. That's exactly what I was hoping for. He still has the long tongue. Just go for the grapple worm, dude. So he got kind of confused. He ended up dropping me. Exactly what I needed. Monk has a feature where it is a 100% chance that a lizard's bite will not kill him instantly. So you will always have at least a chance to escape his grasp before he gets you back to his den. This is opposed to other characters that have different levels of chances. Some characters, you're shit out of luck, but... I need that rubbish. We might be able to... I kind of needed another rubbish for that, though. I do have one. I'm gonna try to alert him with sound. Oh, damn, not what I wanted at all. Alright, this presents another interesting situation. Now I have no rubbish. They might fight, though. They might get into a fight. Okay, maybe not. Right. Kind of forgot about the main feature of the yellow lizards, which is telepathy. They can communicate with each other of where your current position is. And they will try to circle you in and close you off. It's very scary when it happens, admittedly. He is done. And I got very lucky that he just kind of decided not to pursue that one, I guess. Maybe losing connection with his telepathic friend kind of disrupted him somehow. Okay, that's extremely ominous. Yeah, it's just getting worse as we go. Those crashes of thunder. Oh, could it be? It's the indication of a shelter. I don't know who drew this here. I don't know when they drew this here. But I'm happy they did, because I'm going straight this way. Yeah, I would fall right into a trap so easily. All you would have to do is draw that little shelter symbol, and I would get lured straight into a trap. This would work for me in real life, probably, as well. If I saw that, I feel like I would just be naturally gravitated towards it. I see that yellow lizard just vibing over there. Not sure if he has any friends around. One of his friends did throw himself into the endless abyss, down to the memory crypts below. Well, there's another friend. Feel at least a little bit better with a spear in hand. See what's over here. A little bit of food, some slime mold. Maybe not something I would eat if I saw it on the ground, but I guess, you know, if Monk is a reflection of the self, then maybe I would eat that shit off the ground. Okay, no, we're not going that way. So, anyway, I'm just gonna keep heading back up. Full on food. Another long passageway. Still pretty intact, though. new region. Not a way out of the exterior, but the way in. And it's only now that we start to find out where we are. Welcome to 5 Pebbles. Another chance to shelter, and another dream sequence. Aw. Yes, oh. Well, okay. Can't even have nice things in the dreams, man. Even the dream sequence has to be a goddamn nightmare. Maybe a bit too real, but, you know, that's the world that Monk lives in. But all of that being said, I think this is where I'm going to end the stream for this time. I'm coming up on 2 hours here. So, this is going to be the end of the first stream of Monk's playthrough. I'll be back again soon for another stream. We'll have more good times. But for now, I'm going to call it quits. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thanks to the lurkers who